A little while ago, I wanted to make a video about diffusion filters, specifically their use in photography. So I went out and shot a load of photos with one, and then since then there seems to be an influx of videos about diffusion filters, partly because of Moment and their release of their Cinebloom filter. But nevertheless, I wanted to give you my thoughts on them and talk to you about what can be achieved when using one. This is the Tiffen Black Pro-Mist 1/4. It is designed to remove some of the sharpness and contrast in your image, and in doing so can give you a filmic look while still retaining some of the detail and quality that your camera can put out. It also creates halation around the highlights in your image, like this lamp, which I've had in a few of the videos in the past. I've had this filter on the lens. I don't have it on there now, but if I just put it past it, you should be able to see some of that glow around the highlight. I've been using them for a while in videos, but only last year just started using them in my photography work, and since then it hasn't really left my lens. I think being a fan of the cinematic look, I love the atmosphere it can add, and it's often the cherry on top to a lot of my images. So this one is the quarter density, but you can also get 1/8, 1/16, a half, etc. And Tiffen also make a range of others. There's a black satin, there's a white halation, a warm black pro-mist. There's a range, so go on to the Tiffen website, check out their videos because they have a demonstration of what each one does. And from what I've seen from Moment and their Cinebloom, they come in 10% and 20% variations, and I think they're even cheaper than the Tiffen, but it does vary on the filter size. And I'm sure there are other brands out there that are also making their versions, so if you know of any, put them in the comments below so that I can see them and so that other people can see them and check them out if they want to. I find that these really shine at night. I think because of the darkness and the direct light coming into the lens, those highlights really bloom. So for most situations it works perfectly for me, but there are times when it's a bit too much. So I would recommend either trying a couple of different strengths or buying two, and that way you're kind of covered in whatever situation. And if you are thinking of buying one, then I have a quick tip for you, and that is to get step-up rings. Find the filter size of your biggest lens. For me, it's the 67mm on this 35mm Sigma, and then just get step-up rings for all of the lenses that are smaller than that. So for this one, it's the 35mm on my Voigtlander. I already have a step-up ring attached here for another one, and then I've got another step-up ring which you can then daisy chain, and you can add on to this one, and then your 67mm one will go on there if I don't drop it. And that way you only need to buy one filter and you can use it on all of your other lenses, saves you a lot of money, and the step-up rings are cheap, so you can get as many as you need for all of your other lenses. So these photos were taken on the Sony A7iii. I shot a few of the photos with the filter and without so you can see the difference, but mostly I left it on the whole time I was shooting. As you can see, most of the direct light blooms nicely, but definitely feels like too much in some of these. So it would have been good to try a 1/8 density to see if it was a little bit more subtle. But even in the images where there isn't any direct light, it kind of adds just a little something to the images. It's hard to say, maybe it's the lesser contrast, but it just adds something which I really like. I think achieving a cinematic look comes down to many things. It's subject, composition, colour, etc. There's a lot that comes into it, but I think these filters give you a good starting point because they add in some of those characteristics that I think you associate with a classic filmic look. So is a diffusion filter something you're thinking of trying? Would you want to try one of Tiffen's, who have been a kind of industry standard in filmmaking for decades? Or maybe you want to give Moment's Cinebloom a go. I'll link both in the description below, but let me know if you know of any others so that other people can check those out and maybe give them a go if they want to. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.